On a Gen Con, we didn't Chipotle Gen Con. Have you ever had the food trucks at Gen Con?
Great.
They are the nuts.
It's like the best part about Gen Con.
Which ones do you have?
Doesn't matter.
All of them. Doesn't matter.
And even for
vegetarian.
like, yeah.
Yep,
Did you eat the noodle, the Hawaiian noodle?
I actually didn't even get that
So
one.
good.
Where's your deck box?
Was Nicey Popsicles there?
I don't remember seeing it.
I don't remember seeing that one.
Okay, Spencer, Garnier, Mango, a friend of mine. He's worked for them for a while. So they make like I don't know if gourmet is the correct word, but like high quality popsicles.
Alrighty. So you gonna start recording for us? Sweet, Frederick, do the best.
I know you.
Shotgun.
I know we talk about production value of other games and stuff a lot. Have you watched any of the international Dota today? Seen any of that?
What's his name? Was showing me the.
There's a $20 million prize pool.
Okay.
Okay. For
Guess
16,
it was generated.
for 16 teams, and it's all through microtransactions in the game. All of it, every single dollar.
Okay.
Yeah, but the production value.
The first mill.
Sure, first million.
Yeah.
But that's like baseline.
I know. Yeah.
So my opening hand is the Firelit Thicket Fetch Land triple Voice of Resurgence hand. So we're gonna go ahead and play catch and release with this one.
My hand is Hot Fire.
There's a basic mountain on top for those wondering.
We're just going to keep this and run with it.
Whoa, buddy.
We're on the draw as well, so we're in good shape. Now, something to keep in mind with this hand, while it is good, it does not just like lock up the game. It's not the best hand Infect can have, which is hilarious.
Can you see those sleeves? I know they're gloss front.
Oh right, we didn't re-sleeve this. Is the glare okay?
It's actually not awful.
Okay.
There. If it gets bad,
They're
let us
gloss,
know.
not double matte. The front matted.
All right, so again, this is a lands and spells 6
people see the hot
that you just shouldn't keep these. I would definitely go to 5 here. And testing we're to mulligan to 6 again.
Oh Lord, that's
that's
terrible.
just,
if you keep that hand and your opponent goes land Glistener Elf, you just you
cry.
just scoop it up.
Although I did have a Jund opponent, I mulliganed to 6 and kept 4 lands, 2 4-drops, and the Inquisition beyond 1, and I was just like, yeah.
Enjoy the whip.
You keep a hand like that, and they play a Glistener Elf, you just get back in the car and drive home.
So, match slip, can we just sign that?
All right. This hand's keepable. We got 2-drop in. We got stuff to do before the first couple turns of the game, and both of these cards are actually very good in this matchup. If we get to that point, get to Scry. We're gonna bottom Obstinate Baloth. That's not great in this matchup, actually, believe it or not. Tap lane, go ahead.
So good Scry.
He doesn't want to gain life.
Hit.
You sink. Don't sink my battleship tent. Yep.
That can't be right.
17.
Am I dead next turn?
No.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay.
Depending on the draw.
Not through a blocker.
Voice, go ahead. You can have like triple mutagenic, become amend, possible
Teamer
blessing,
Battle
or
Rage?
something, whatever. Although I guess he can't. No, yeah, he could blessing in that.
Yeah, Teamer Battle Rage.
Yep. Oh god, I hadn't even thought about that. Imagine modern if Ayavugan emerged with my Ayavugan wasn't banned.
Thanks, wizards.
Vomit.
Alright, well, we drew 2 lands for the first 2 draw steps. We do actually need some more lands in this hand, so I guess that's not all bad, but we don't have anything to do this turn since we just have a 4-drop, so go ahead. Save some time, fetch now.
Alright, Michelle's here. See you guys.
Alright, man. Thanks, dude.
Hope to see you again, Kent.
You as well, man. So I think we just go here. Interesting. So showing my inexperience with the deck. Actually, we're just gonna play this out. Attack for 3.
I'll block.
Sure.
I think this is, since I don't have an evolution, I think this is more valuable as an elemental.
Your turn.
Especially with P and Krinolar in my hand. So we'll go ahead and trigger that and make 2 Thopters. So Evan's a 4/4 now. Go ahead.
That's gross.
Start shooting some dorks down here.
Not just on time, but close enough.
Yep. Down to 16. Down to 14.
So this is how you play Infect really badly.
Yep, that's Bladed Agent. Another Bladed Agent?
Yep.
Yep.
Go.
So I'm actually kind of in trouble here. There's a good chance I'm dead next turn if we don't have path. Alright. And then we drew that. And the question I have to ask myself is, what's in the toolbox?
Only we had a Pontiff. If only we had a Pontiff.
There's no Pontiff in the deck right now. There's no Spellskite in the deck right now. God, what are you doing with yourself, Ogland?
Hogland.
Hogland.
This is a Hogland deck.
This is
not a Hogland deck.
Sounds like he's going to 64 cards.
Sounds like
jamming
it.
those cards back in the deck.
And you know what the worst part is?
What?
The Rorkthar's in my hand.
God,
So I can't, like, Chord for Rorkthar would probably mean I win this game.
that'd be good.
I'm going to pick up my deck and look at it here. So we've just been changing it around so much. I should know what's in here, but
God.
I definitely don't right now.
Have fun in the Classic on Sunday.
Have fun.
See you there.
'Cause I'm pretty sure we just
I've
have
had
no...
like so many people ask me if that's what my middle name is for on
Classic?
Facebook, and I was
Yeah.
just like, no, that's not the case. I actually haven't played the Classic in a long time. Sunday might be my first. I don't want to say my first.
Welcome
It's
to
been-
Modern
it's been a while.
Boys.
Yeah.
I think I'm supposed to pass here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to pass.
Modern
If,
Saturdays.
and then if Kent tries to kill me, I will have to Chord for Wall of Omens and try and draw Path to Gulf.
This deck is so dumb. Just the amount
No blocks.
of sheer power is just crazy that this deck has. So Kent's at 17 and Jeff's at 0. Infect is our
Yep.
deck currently. God, that's a lot.
Yeah, we're probably dead even with a Path here.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Let's go
It
up to
doesn't matter.
7.
You don't even have to put it out because he's gonna die in one shot.
I know.
He's gonna die in one shot. Yep. Yeah.
You have the infect counter on there, right? Still?
There's an Infect counter on the
So
we
this,
read
just for argument's sake, was after the.
Correct, after the
Okay.
Exalted triggers the results. I said no blocks. Like I said, the line is fetch and then Chord for Wall. And then hope to draw a... I guess we can get a Shock Land because it doesn't matter.
Shadow of Doubt.
So,
Get rammed.
we do that.
How's it feel?
I guess I have to get the Wall of Omens out of here. And then that can draw us a path. And then assuming Kent doesn't have... He has lines of things that don't. Another Vines and...
Good growth, or even if you try to...
Mutagenic Growth.
Even if you try and throw a Thopter at it?
It's already. We already did it. We did it after hierarchy.
No, if I hit the path, I'm not dead. This round I only take 9, right?
Sure.
Because it's
Only.
3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
But with 2 unblockable boots.
Okay.
Let's go.
I mean, if you hit the path,
If I hit the path, you do that. Oh, then you kick the other one.
Kick
Never
it.
mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
never
both
mind.
kicked.
Yeah, they're both kicked. Sure. Right, they're both kicked.
Derf. So, something to go back all the way to the first turn of the game.
Should have
That's
played
first.
Hierarch on one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so when you know you're against like the Chord decks or the ones that can actually block the Glistener Elf, put your Hierarch in play.
So if
Yeah,
it's
I think
Jeff
so.
Hoagland,
I thought about that when you did it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus you were like only a 1.
Yeah, so worth
Right.
noting again, game 1s versus game 2s and 3s when the bullets are different. Like there's a
Gotcha.
when there's a Spellskite in the deck and there's a Malira in the deck, everything is very different.
Yep.
There's a Pontiff in the deck.
Yep.
I'd love to play this deck, but I think I would just
you're not lucky enough
do
to play this
such
deck.
stupid things and I hate myself afterwards.
Matt, there's a level of luck you need to play this deck. You don't
That's
have
not
it.
true. It's just the best deck in the format.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It's
just
also
like
it's also a good amount of sideboarding edges.
Sure.
A lot of people that skew it towards luck just don't understand how to like. There are specific sideboarding plans that you can take that really give you like some big
Right.
edges, or you sideboard wrong and you just bleed.
die on the spot. Yep.
Infect's great. It's also terrible in that if you board incorrectly, you just die horribly.
Ketter's gonna be in the play for this game.
God, his hand's like so close to.
We'll keep it.
I think if I was piloting out, I would keep it.
Not gonna say no. Famous last words.
It's just like it's like right there.
That's a very, very
Infect reminds me of like a much better version of Boggles, where you need like a dude plus a bunch of like pump spells.
Correct.
And honestly,
That's a great
you
way to
don't
put it.
even need a lot of pump spells for this deck to be great.
Yeah,
honestly.
especially with like Pendelhaven and.
Because you're only halfway. You're
The
halfway
Dapper
there.
Dan, that's I actually disagree extra intuitive. The most important games are the ones you
post-board,
play
correct.
are post-board, by and far, by a wide margin. But remember that for the sake of like putting games in front of people and letting people see what happens and how decks just operate in Modern, Game 1 is what most people think of.
Right.
You are 100% correct in wanting to play your Game 1's the appropriate like 34% of the time or something like that, and then like heavily favoring your post-board games. But boarding games starts to get into some like varying strategies, and it's just not cut and dry content.
And one of the tough things about boarding games too is there's levels to boarding,
my goodness.
which
Yeah.
is and then that's why I'm gonna go on a tangent here for a minute. People often ask me for sideboarding guides, and they just want like cut in and out like
piece of
numbers,
paper.
like these are the cards you cut and these are the cards you bring in.
I got you covered on sideboard.
Oh, yeah,
Can I see
yeah.
a pen? You keep talking.
Correct.
This
yeah.
is a good one.
So
Figure it out on this.
basically,
The
like what Kent is doing in boarding could change based on what I do, and then what I'm doing during boarding could change based on what Kent's doing in boarding. And there's not cut and dry things like I see Dispels out of Kent in game 2. I'm less likely to leave Chord of Callings in my deck, etc. Things like that. So.
This is what Kent and I said
And one of the things that you have to be aware of when you're testing matchups like this is when you sideboard, you often get into like, well, we tested it boarded like this, and when I got to the match, my Infect opponent had a similar main deck, but like their sideboard was not only different, but they boarded differently even if they had the same exact sideboard cards than I wasn't prepared for.
This is what we sent to each other talking about Owen's deck. How would we sideboard?
Good, excellent. This is good universal sideboarding advice. We can go ahead and show this to the class.
So the reason that I write this, and I actually have it on my phone anytime someone asks me for a sideboarding guide, the reason behind that is sideboarding is only relevant if you understand the aspects of the matchup. Now, I will say when I go into any tournament, I go in with a written guide of how I want to take cards out and put them in, but that's because I am trying to minimize the mental stress that I have of remembering those things off the top of my head. But I'm doing that with the effort already put in to understand why it works. If someone just hands you a sideboard guide, congratulations, they hand you plans on how to drive the Starship Enterprise, and you have no clue. You're in a red, ensign suit. Congratulations. You're dead.
To kind of close off this tangent, the best piece of advice I can give when people are unsure on how to sideboard is you should shuffle in all 15 cards, and don't think of it as ins and outs. Think of it as a 75 card deck and 15 cuts.
Yep.
You should be able to find 15 cards that are the 15 worst cards in your matchup. Don't think of them as one-for-one exchanges. Think of it as a deck building game in between your games.
That's how I build decks. 75 is how you build a deck. You want to have the flexibility to go pre and post board with configurations you like. Additionally, don't get fixated. You hear some people talk about play versus draw differentials. Sure, that's neat. That's fine. I get it. The majority of games in Standard, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
It really doesn't. Modern, it matters some, but it's small percentages you're looking at there. First, get the bulk of it down. Don't bite off more than you can chew.
And that's the other one. So playing this is one final. This is a different thing. Play game ones like you don't know what you're playing against. Most of the times, especially in Modern, like in Standard, I would almost give this to you, but in Modern, having the wrong cards for a lot of matchups when you're trying to play decks that are interacting on any axis, you just might as well not even be playing them. Like,
Yachts.
you're just going to, exactly. And like, if I keep a hand with just a bunch of Voice of Resurgences against Keter that I might keep in an unknown matchup, like him slaughtering me because I kept having a bunch of Voice of Resurgences isn't good testing and it's not good TV. So like, why would we spend time?
The only
doing
thing
it?
that matters when you're testing is to be time efficient. I guarantee we're all busy people. I'm probably busier than most, and I like to be efficient.
Yep.
So you can cut it out there. When you go to the event, just tell yourself, this is in the dark. Or guess what? Your opponents love to show you cards when they're prepping for matches.
Yep.
Pay attention.
Pay attention. Yep. Just stare straight forward while you shuffle.
Yep.
Sometimes they shuffle.
Am I on the play?
All
this
right,
one?
you're on the
Yep.
play. Start
So
keep
we've got a keep here. This is kind of a dicey hand, but I actually want to point out that this is a functional land and spell. So I'm good with keeping this hand. In this matchup specifically, I think it's going to generate us, the probability of one poison into a good payoff. So
the Italian.
neat.
So
No.
on my side of the table, I mulliganed a 7 that had 1 land in it into this 6 that's actually pretty reasonable, and we're on the draw with the scribes. Let's go ahead and look for a land, and we're in bottom 4 drop. Story of this deck starts
I
off.
think your hand's great, actually.
We did not hit the land, but the rest of the hand's still pretty good. We're going to go ahead and go Temple Garden into Bird. Go ahead.
Not that it matters, but you're 17.
17, yep. No blocks.
Mm.
Oh, getting a
I guess we are counting up,
Sure.
aren't we?
Uno.
I'm learning. 17.
Tie game.
I actually think I'm losing by 1 unit. One relevant life point unit, sir.
All right. Well, we have not hit our second land yet. We get a redraw. Good.
I like that's how I do it.
That's it. Yep.
Right off the top.
You gotta let them know.
They saw me scribe bottom. Like, come on now. Let's just be up front. What's going on here? If they had the twisted image, the bird would be dead already.
Fair.
Block. Sure. 3 poison. And he gets a minus counter.
That's so rude.
Is there a third breeding pool in the deck?
Oh,
I'm gonna fetch.
Yep. So now we did not hit a third land, which is medium. I guess I
Is this
could.
like super expensive?
I just didn't have them.
Oh, fair enough. I literally have no idea, and with the way, MTG Finance, stupid hashtag, goes, there's a lot of random stuff that I'm just like, oh, like Mishra's Bauble. Isn't it like
$30.
Yeah, neat.
It was like 45 last I looked.
I could.
Oh,
I
that's
could.
wonderful.
I could
Stupid.
witness back this fetch
Magic's
land.
dumb.
That shadow.
I mean, I love Magic.
If I had a Pontiff in my main deck, we would get that. I'm gonna cast Eldritch Evolution. Hope not to get spell pierced.
You're gonna get spell pierced. I'm serious. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a point I would like to make about Eldritch Evolution. I love the card. I love being cool. I love being
I only
neat.
got 1 for 1. Okay.
But
Get out of here.
but
I got 1 for 1.
but
Get out.
blue
Go.
counter magic
Go ahead, I got
is
1 for
exactly
1.
where you want to be if you want to beat that card. That's all.
I got 1 for 1. Get out of
You
here.
got 3 poison?
Yeah. Dead.
No, not quite.
Just the shred,
No
I
blocks. Go 6.
guess. Oh boy.
Do you have another spell pierce?
Yeah, right.
Because now if I had Pontiff, I could kill you.
Well aware.
If I had Pontiff.
So something to keep in mind there, if this is like the Abzan Company matchup, you need to sit on your Pendlehaven to make your Blighted Agent more powerful. Or excuse me, to not die to Pontiff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna die this Bladed Agent. Do you have sideboard for your deck on you?
I didn't throw the whole sideboard together.
That's fine. We'll play a couple more game ones and then call it a night, maybe. It's only 10 o'clock. We'll play for a little while.
Brad just wanted to play the 60.
So you have slips, but not distortion strikes?
Oh, there was just one. I figured.
Okay. Oh, just one
That-
slip.
that-
There's no distortion
yeah.
strikes. Okay.
That's the only difference between that and the list. Whose list was it? Todd's
Steven.
list. Yeah, Todd's list. That's the only difference.
Okay, that's fair.
Who's playing that game?
Well, Todd Stevens, but I know he worked on it with
Jessup? The Jessup? Andrew Jessup?
the Jessups, but I think he might have worked on it with some of the Roanoke folks. I can't remember. I mean, like, the nice part about Infect is it's so down. It's like 56 locked
I was gonna say, it's
cards.
got like 4 flex
57,
slots.
Yeah, and those flex slots, I don't even know how flexible they are.
They're like spell skites
Yeah.
or twisted images.
Yep.
Or
The other thing is like it's a really preferred deck for a lot of the like major content producers like Tom Ross, and the like. So there's a lot of really. Also, I know Owen at one point said it was the best deck in Modern, which he's probably right. There's a lot of good content on it.
Yep. And like people are saying, like the number of times I've said, "Do we want Pontiff here?" Correct. We're playing against the Pontiff matchups and seeing how they feel. One pretty reasonable swap is I can play the second Pian Corinne in the sideboard and play the Pontiff in the main deck. It's like one small change. I think it's all about hedging. Like what do you think? Do I think I'm going to play enough matches where drawing a Pontiff in a game one is going to lose me more game ones? I'm going to play enough game ones against Affinity and Infect where like not having the Pontiff is going to lose me a game one. You got to kind of weigh those pluses and minuses.
This is before you go to 61 cards, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So this isn't a hand you can keep ever. I don't care. Not going to do it.
Pull it up so you can see it for the folks. There you go.
So I understand there's
you on the draw?
You don't
Yeah,
play.
not going to.
Oh,
I'm
you're
on
on
the
the play, never
So
mind.
if you have one Infector
on the
Could
draw.
replace any card in this hand and you're in good shape. That's like super powerful, especially if it was Infect or Pendlehaven, then get you. But we're
Can
gonna
you look at the top 2 cards for me? I just
Yeah.
want to laugh. Okay, good.
All right, so on my side of the table, our hand's actually very good. It's good in this matchup, and it's just
Top
good in
3,
general. We've got this on 1. We've got the option to do this on 2 if we wanted, and then we've got both of these cards to do stuff and things, arguably. Yeah, I agree. I've played Pontiff in the main deck a lot. You know, I think I'm sold on the Black Splash for Anafenza after playing the games against Dredge. I think I'd set the line at the number of Dredge, Living End, and Anafenza Company I'm going to play this weekend. Probably at
2.
about 3. I think I'd take the over on 2.
Sure.
yeah.
I think I'd take the over on 2.
I forgot
I'm
if you
set
want
at 2.5.
company. If you
2.5.
want
I think I might take the over on 2.5.
if you
yeah.
keep company, then yeah, sure. Then
Yeah.
it's probably over 2. It's probably somewhere in the 3 neighborhood.
Yep. Yeah, that's an accurate statistic. I did not sleep very much. I love Magic very, very much, and I'm probably psychotic for doing that. I'm going to keep this hand. So just keep your testing efficient. That's all that.
It's fine. I had to ban
Yeah.
a guy earlier. It's fine.
Oh, good.
You're good.
Don't worry. It's fine.
So with this, back further. Back further. That one. Let's see. We're gonna keep this hand, especially. I mean, we're gonna keep this on top. We're keeping this, and we're keeping this on top. This is like probably exactly where we want to be. I'm on the draw.
You're on the play.
I'm on the play. That doesn't actually change too much. This isn't something that I'm too worried about my life total. So we're just gonna run this out and pass.
All right. Well, we're gonna play the Temple Guard, but then we do the Razor Sacred. Go ahead. That's rude. 18.
That's
Or you're at 16 now. You're going to
Less.
13.
Yeah, don't care.
Number we don't care about for one.
Alright, tap land, pass.
We're going. Wah! Got me.
You're right.
Get a force, man.
How many
I'm
pets do
helping
you
you
got?
out. 3.
He's a nice guy.
3 paths game 1.
So, definite risk you run with Infect is if you're on the low Infector draw, is what it is. Can't do much.
Christy forgot to. Sure.
You got, absolutely got me there.
Totals.
13.
Ketter's at 13.
I'm at a low life
And I'm
total.
at 20.
Wait, I have an Infector. I'm great at this.
So lucky.
Woo!
That's so good, man.
Yup.
No target.
God, please don't have the other path.
Good.
He's not.
You like
that
touched
good.
your guy, and I was like, Jesus Christ. And I was scared.
No, no.
Not yet.
Thinking. Okay. We're close.
Body.
No box.
That.
Didn't even
Take
Pendlehaven
your
this
dice.
guy. What a dork.
Take your dice. Who needs that? Who needs that?
All right. So my side of the table, we've got some stuff. You have 3 cards.
Yes. What's his face? To answer your question, I think that's actually a great one. For Modern, pick a deck that you enjoy, like love to play, doesn't matter what it is, and play a bunch, read content, talk to people you trust. There is a lot of bad advice out there, and just kind of go from there. See what you can...
Is it Orzhov Pontiff?
It's the 2-2. I wish we had ours up, Ponto.
Seems so good, this matchup right now.
There are a lot of things this could be at this point. There's even I definitely need to play the land first so I don't get spell pierce. So Courser could be okay because it provides like scrying.
Sure,
and
it blocks.
It blocks for a turn. Basically, Courser trades for a removal spell. Is basically or trades for a pump spell is what it does. I think Eternal Witness is better though because I have the path in my graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just like Snapcaster Mage go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
I'm definitely fetching with this. I'm just gonna do it now. 19.
All right, folks. Watch as I demonstrate how this deck works.
Oh jeez, do you have a slip?
You got Path in hand, right?
Yeah, I think I have to path in response here because if I get
White growth.
yeah, then I just block.
Blocks.
Ah, demonstrate how the deck works. Got it here, nerd.
Idiot.
So
Attack.
Did lean on the growth.
So let's figure out the optimal line for
Yeah.
Ketter's hand because we don't want to like again
Throw things away.
The goal is
Yeah.
optimal lines here.
So these are the 4 we have. I think we just attack in.
I think you're supposed. I'm like snap blocking here.
Yeah.
So fire off the growth, and then like you use up his path
If
he goes
you
for it.
growth, I'm definitely pathing in
then
response to
you're-
get another one.
You're just getting rid of his removal spell.
Yeah, you're just like trading
Probably fine.
Yep.
two for
So
Go
Kind of.
11.
2 for 2.
two. You can even pay mana for that, right?
I need, like, does it make sense just like play this next then, and like not save this guy? You know what I'm saying?
Or you could just trade here.
Or is that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. Don't have any experience with the deck, but
yeah, we can do that.
I would
That's
just-
fine. That's fine. So we just trade.
and
Let
then
it-
you play the Glistener Elf out.
Or do you like
I don't.
play do you growth and
There's
then
no. There's so you don't want to give this card up,
Right,
in my
exactly.
opinion, because we're still trying to set up a way to kill him.
that's what that's like where my head is.
Jeff is still going to have to be able to play a creature and hold up path next turn.
You had this too, though.
Yeah.
I'm
didn't you?
just gonna do this the
Yep.
next step. Yep. So you take.
Yep.
Number
So
2.
the issue is if we pitch, in my opinion, the issue is if we pitch the growth there, we run into a problem where we are now looking for probably a second pump spell
That's my thing. Yeah.
to be able to get you.
Yep.
So I would rather go with the slightly conservative line here because also we have a 2/3 attacker. So like Jeff does have to play. Yeah, like even if he plays this here, we're in a decent position.
Kill life.
Yep.
That's relevant.
It's like 21 to 11. I
that's
think
why
it is.
that's why Infect's stupid.
20 to 11.
11.
20 to 11. I fetched once. Go ahead.
Like if Infect creatures just had double strike, they wouldn't be nearly as good.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna block here. Sure.
So the question here is,
Are you supposed to pump?
am I supposed to pump now because I can
You know the evolutions on top.
Yep. I actually do think I pump here. No, I'm gonna pay 2.
All right.
Yeah, you definitely
Pay
paid 2.
two.
Go to 9.
So then the question becomes, do I want this evolution or not with the cards in my hand? I almost feel like so like this is my hand right now, and I almost feel like I want to shuffle this away if I lose the Courser, and I definitely don't care about the life point, so I'm not going to show Keter this card. So
Yep.
this Courser dies, and then
Life points. Those how are those?
it blocked. It took a card from Keter, and then it let me pseudo scry here.
That's what Infect.
Or I guess I get that piece of information too. You have 1 card left. I have 2 Infect.
So it would be safe to assume that it is like Vines is something you haven't seen. I would typically when I'm playing against Infect, things that I usually keep in the forefront of my mind are their protection spells, specifically Vines of Astwood, because it's both a protection and a pump spell, and that's like extremely dangerous for people to have to deal with. Whereas just like the protection spells such as Apostle's Blessing, like, do you feel powerful?
Go ahead. Do you feel powerful? What a
2.
what
okay.
a good question.
Also, if it's become immense, you're just dead.
And I
that's
think
not
you're
bad.
just dead.
Yeah, you might be dead.
You're just wait no.
You're
So this is
2,
3.
3.
Well, it's only 7. It's only 7. Get out of here, nerd.
So we'll attack, pump.
3. Go to
5
5.
with the trigger. Take
Yep.
5.
Go. So it had to be a 2 effect there.
Yeah. 2 cards left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So I have 2 cards here, which you all know. Drew a land for the turn. I think I'm just supposed to pass here. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Pay
You're
2.
at 9 currently. You're going to 7.
2 chords.
Oh, what's the worst that can happen? Nothing, right? Chord for 4 at max.
I can chord for witness and get back.
That's something.
Okay.
Yep. No blocks.
3.
Go to 8. Sure. I'm going to chord for 4 then, step.
Yep.
Restoration Angel will blink that.
Yep.
Get back.
So another situation that, like, since I know Jeff's deck list, or I'm just assuming he doesn't have access to the Pontiff, I think it's much safer to just be popping the Pendlehaven for damage. But Pendlehaven is one of your best cards to stop the massive, unbelievable blowout.
Yep.
Chord for Kiki Jiki, kill.
Dead in the air. Well, he's dead in the air anyways because he's at 7.
No, I'm cording for Kiki Jiki and making a million
you're
angels
not.
and killing my Infect opponent.
No, you're
Because
not.
I can do it without tapping my flyers.
That's so rude.
If they didn't concede here on Magic
You should
Online,
binds this guy. You should binds this guy so you can't.
if they didn't concede here on Magic Online, I'd start making Restoration Angels until they conceded. Just like.
God. Get some.
Wait.
Binds
It
this
doesn't
guy.
matter. He just attacks me.
It just attacks for I can cord.
I'm gonna bind your guy so you can't, idiot. Nice play.
Nice play.
That's so good. That'd be so awesome. Those are the blowouts.
Quadruple strike. Plastic Geek. It is in the deck. Was giving me a drubbing.
Yeah, Selfless Spirit was
Yeah.
it worked out well in one of the Affinity matchups. And like
it's a better spell set.
I think Selfless Spirit is really good. The floor on it is reasonable. Like the 2 Foo Power Flyer is blah, 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 they're mush in my mouth.
You're gonna get the Avacyn in the deck, right?
I would say you gotta play
The
Avacyn.
2 Power Flyer is great, and like the worst use of that is that it makes combat really bad.
There at all times. I'll take it. I will lose every, and this is something just kind of going back to the rant ahead of time, or the sidebar. I will happily lose every single game in testing. Every single game that I play prior to a tournament, I could lose them all. I could care less if I lose them all as long as I'm learning. Even though I play a good amount of Magic, Modern's my weakest format. So like I was willing to make the 3.5-hour drive out here just to play more games. And
What game is this?
God, it was great.
My hand's got this in it, so we're gonna snap keep.
Path to Exile, got it.
10-4.
who's on the play?
I hope you are. No, Cat's on the play, come on.
Do you want to speak right now?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Sure.
This hand is just a good collection of spells. If this was not this specific matchup, this hand would be the Stones.
Yeah.
In that he can make this card not just be insanely, not great, but these 2 cards are great. So this is what you want to see in pretty much every Infect hand ever. Draw my card. That card's great too.
A dude.
18.
Path, voice support.
Alright, enough of that.
So
Trying to fight through it, boys.
So with the known information that and this is great about Probe, is now I can, we can just talk about his hand and there's no, not that it matters. But since I know he has double removal spell, I don't want to run out my Infectors this early. Noble Hierarch is going to give a huge mana advantage in the following turns to try to protect it with, various spells and things.
Not if I path it, nerd.
Oh, sure. But if you path it, I'm pretty happy.
Go do 17.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Great.
Great.
That's a good one. Yep.
Adjustment on principle.
So my draws were interesting.
That's the translation bad.
I think the line here is shock pass. Correct. Correct.
So remember, he's shocking here because his
15.
life total is irrelevant, but double removal spell is very relevant.
Correct.
So
Start the fight, baby.
Yep. No blocks.
take 2.
Yep.
Second main.
Chord for bird.
You got it.
What are you going to do?
Is Path Foundry that we know about? Oh, you played Foundry, got it. Great, double Path. This way.
I feel
This way.
like I want to play a Chord deck in Syracuse, but when I see lines like this, which are absolutely correct, it makes me ill.
Makes me ill.
It just makes me ill.
I chord for birds a lot.
There's
do.
nothing wrong with it, but I just have a standard, and that starts
it's been
starts
twice
at
tonight that I've
starts
chorded
at
for
lightning
bird, right?
bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does this game get better for you the longer it goes?
Me?
Yeah.
It doesn't get decidedly worse.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Sure. Block.
Sure.
Right, so let's go, baby.
So we're blocking with the Bird of Paradise, then before damage we're going to blink it. Yep.
Go. So this is definitely a matchup where Blighted
Yes,
Agent
GG.
has such the biggest premium you've ever seen. In response, I'm going to concede.
So when we said my draws were interesting, they were Resto Kiki. just like
Just win, Jeff. Just like, here you go.
Drew Exarch twin, whatever.
You put him in the deck, right?
NBD.
Isn't that why we register?
Correct. Yep. That's exactly right.
Who should?
Man, what I wouldn't give for Twin back in the format. Just like, all these shitty decks would get crushed.
What's wrong with both of these decks?
That's
Like-
like Infect versus Twin was actually pretty cat mouse back.
Yeah,
and
I
forth.
actually loved playing that matchup, mostly because I had no clue how to play either deck, so it was great.
Brix's twin was.
I was
so-
junding the whole time everybody was doing these other things. Like, oh, neat, cool, combo decks.
Kill, kill, kill.
Is this
Are you
good
done?
enough? I don't know.
Rip
Knight
it.
of Soul's Betrayal was my bread and butter during that entire
No, that's
twin
the right.
influx
That's the
run.
right art Kiki for those wondering.
The ball.
We've timed people out for less than that.
Yeah, take it easy.
Watch where you tread, sir.
Yeah, take it easy.
Sir or madam.
You get a one
BD. This is your one warning. Just like I'm playing the correct art Chord of Callings.
Oh yeah, people hate that.
the
People,
nuance.
people are
I'll
giving-
sign the other chords, but I'll lecture you on them first.
People are giving Catter shit because you get split ones. You're like 2 and 2.
Yeah, well, when,
They're
your
borrowed
when your deck
cards.
is all foil, you can come crying to me. So, yeah.
They're borrowed cards, folks.
Well, no.
No, I own these. These are the only cards I own. These are
God.
like literally the only Magic cards I own.
Yeah, all bad.
And look how
I
it
mean,
fits
yeah, and grass is green, water's wet.
I didn't even do those two path exile. The fact that they were there changed
Yeah.
the dynamic
It
of the
sucks
game.
because he had just an insane amount of. His hand was great
Yep.
against not path.
that. On the play, I think you'd just be dead.
Maybe.
He has less time to set up.
I'll keep this. It's not great, and it might just end up punishing me, but I don't really care.
My hand's pretty reasonable. We've got these dorks, and we've got these two, and we've got mana to play them, so sort of.
18.
Yep.
I'm gonna probe you.
Oh god.
16.
15.
This is a family
It's your
show,
official
by the way.
time.
It's a family show.
I have Bird, Evolution, Angel, Lens.
Draws
Okay.
Kiki Jiki. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'd much rather draw 3 drop.
Oh.
Hold these L's.
18, Bird of Paradise. Go ahead.
Bird. That's not bad. Actually, that's pretty good.
Yep, no blocks. 2 poison.
What do you have in your hand? I don't know. You put, I don't know.
No, I think
Alright,
so.
alright.
Like this turn, we take the opportunity to
That's
do
fine.
this.
And then you can get this up.
Just to allude to like what people are talking to, I have the second hierarch, so the thought is I can go Forest Hierarch and get them for 3, but I think setting up the attack
Sure.
on the next turn is a little bit better.
Makes sense.
I've got
Yep.
18,
You're 16.
16, yeah.
Not that it really is. Big deal until we go manual mode.
Close the Pride Mage.
Yep.
Now the question is, do I want to play this with a bird out?
Well, that makes that much worse, sadly.
I don't think I do.
God, that's
What are
gross.
the odds I die if I don't leave this Pride Mage up?
There's like no way you're not leaving the Pride Mage up, right?
I don't feel like I want to block.
Interesting fork.
So the line is here, like,
To leave it up for this.
if I leave it up for this, that means I'm committing to blocking
Right.
this, which means I'm just like not developing my board.
Ever.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah. I almost think I'd rather play this and have this
block.
and have this block
Yeah.
block whatever he attacks from the next turn evolution. This is the
That's
Punic
fine.
Alarm. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, block with the bird.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna get Spell Pierce, aren't I?
I don't know.
No, I don't want to.
I don't know.
Spell. Yeah, evolution.
You got it.
Yeah, Ian Grindelar, trigger, land, go.
Damn it.
If you folks want to see where the ultra powerful things like Spell Pierce come into play, this is the place. This is the place.
Steven's list last week was only playing 1 Spell Pierce in the main.
Really?
Yeah.
Attack for 3.
I think
block.
Spellpierce is like secretly one of the best cards.
And what's it called? And a lot of Infect lists are playing Dispels, which are not good
Correct.
against.
Yeah, it's not Spellpierce. Not the same.
No,
Spellpierce
don't
is
play Blade
real
Agent. That's so rude.
Go. So this is kind of as I expected this hand to pan out.
Yeah.
I have some things, but it's not the stuff,
Feast or
and you
famine.
need both.
We need juice, baby.
The other reason why, like, as much as I like cards like Apostle's Blessing and the like, that's really a protection spell. I'm a huge advocate of Distortion Strike. In Infect, just because it gives you the ability to cast a card that demands a response pretty much immediately. Or, if not on the first trigger, it'll demand one on the second, which means you're even stronger.
Deck one.
The old rebound. What are we down to? 14 now?
Yeah, 14.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that almost never works. Good.
Mm-hmm. What am I at? 14?
Yeah.
I'll fetch it. Actually, I fetch in return for
Sure.
whatever.
Yeah, just
My fish.
Yeah, there's no
fish.
groundswells, but
Yeah.
if there were, you have enough to enable it for like 10 turns running. So
No groundswells.
What list is this?
That's
This is the Stevens list? No groundswells in Stevens list?
No.
That's good to know.
Psychotic.
That's good to know.
I have an Infect list that I like that is not this. I'll pay 2.
Corsair Resto Land.
Okay, so if I can find, you're at 2,
Yep.
3, 5. So I have to find Become Immense. Oh,
I
flyer.
have a bird.
Wicked.
send the flyer in anyway.
Yeah, I'm obligated to block.
Mm-hmm.
It's like eat target bird.
Okay.
Land for turn.
Yep. So my life total is mostly irrelevant in this matchup. I guess now it's the birds that I do want to fetch some casting rest. So there's merit to saving fetches for Corsair Scries, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Is the TLDR of what I was getting at.
Todd's deck has 3 Nissa Voice of Zendikar in the sideboard.
Yeah, he said that
That's
card.
pretty
He
sweet.
said that card was really good.
Yeah,
God
sounds
bless
good.
that guy.
Sounds good.
Oh, against like the Pontiffs and stuff, you're just like,
Yeah, you could.
right, that's that one. That's
Yeah,
the,
minus.
Yeah,
you
minus
could-
the
pump.
standard
you could
legal.
tick down, and like it just ticks up an ultimates.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
You draw like 100 cards.
Worm.
He said he ultimated it like 2 or 3 times.
Interesting.
It's one
Especially
that's
if,
one that draws on the card.
oh
That's my
yeah,
favorite.
especially if people like board into just like the removal heavy suite.
It also
Soul's Betrayal.
it also resets kitchen finks out of the sideboard.
Oh, that's true.
All right,
Yeah,
Todd, you got this
I
one.
think it was.
That,
Yeah, it
that's
seems-
actually
it
that
seems
sounds
great.
Sounds
He was telling me about it, and I was like, "That all sounds good." So I'm gonna pass the turn here. We drew this gem for those wondering.
God, dude. Really?
well,
feast or famine.
We're on ham, Doc.
Yep. 4 blocks.
Yep.
Link this.
Mm-hmm.
Block with Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Shout. That's so funny.
I wonder why now I end up like I said, there's no groundswells, which is weird. There's 1 distortion strike total in this deck. Oh, that's what instead of the.
You drew it that turn. You said you become
Yep.
this. Yep.
There's the slip.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I as much as I understand that like Infect is pretty narrow on certain cards, I do think effects like Distortion Strike are of a high priority because you, like I was saying before, you want to be able to cast a spell that sets up guaranteed damage and elicits a response from your opponent then, because that makes all your protection spells like Apostle's Blessing much better.
Right.
Yep.
As much as Apostle's Blessing screams force through damage,
killing
it is a
you.
protection spell. It is a protection spell. It is a protection spell.
Do you have a burn?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
in
please.
crappy
Oh, please.
sleeves like this, but that's fine, right? Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'll go.
But like, what if he plays Rurik Thar and then you distortion strike and you have to take
It's
12?
right here. Oh no, it's in good.
You know,
So-
life goes on. if he Rurik Thars, and also if people want a sweet way with the Chord decks to
Kenner
beat
thought
Infect,
he was about to have it easy. Give me the burn deck. He gets Angel Horde.
Okay, it's actually piled, so just take a look at it.
dang it, I gotta think.
Or do you want to play this? You want to play this weekend, right?
Yeah.
You can just hand this.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Are there Wild
I'll
Cuddles
just
in
put it
here?
away.
Yeah. Just play it, dude. I.
No, you should play this. This is going to convince you not to play Wild Cuddle.
Oh yeah. Always the absent deck
But I'll-
always
I'll-
makes you think about that.